In section 9-4, we are going to be adding another new special journal called the Cash Payments Journal. So the Cash Payments Journal is what you'll record anytime you make a cash payment. So whether you're buying supplies or whether you're paying back a creditor, you'll use the Cash Payments Journal if you are paying anyone. So a Cash Payments Journal, this is a special amount column, like I said, for any cash payment transactions. So it looks a lot like our general journal because we have the account columns as well as the general columns. But then we have three special amount columns. Special amount columns we learned about with the purchases journal, just like we have in our general journal with the cash and the sales. Now, in the cash payments journal, we have accounts payable debit to decrease accounts payable, because if we're paying a vendor, it's going to decrease the amount we owe them. We have purchases discount credit, which we'll talk about, and then cash credit. Anytime you're paying, you're going to credit cash. So the list price, trade discount, and net price all go together. The list price, that is the full value, the price that is listed that you would pay for something. It's possible that a company might give a discount. A couple reasons they might give a discount, and we'll talk about that later as well. So if you have the full price, also known as the list price, minus the discount, as we know when we purchase things at the store, if it's $100 but it's 20% off, you take off 20% off of $100. What you're left with, that $80, that is the net price. So list price minus the trade discount gives you the net price. So a cash discount, this is a reason that a vendor might give a discount. So maybe the vendor gives you 30 days to pay, and after 30 days you would have to pay interest because you haven't paid in time. A cash discount could be if you have 30 days to pay, but if you pay within 15 days, we'll give you a 2% discount or whatever the amount might be. And the last bullet point there, the general amount column, this is not a specific column, so you could use the general amount column anytime that the special amount columns cannot be used. So we have an example here. We paid for an expense. So we have wrote a check for advertising, check number 689. So we've wrote checks for advertising before. We have advertising expense, which increases with the debit. And then our cash is, of course, decreasing because we wrote a check and we paid. So in our new cash payments journal, it will look much the same as it did in our general journal. The date, account title, check number. Notice that we no longer have to put C689 because it is already labeled in our special column here, check number. So check number 689. So no need to write C. Then we have our debit of 600 and cash credit. So this is much like it would have looked in our general journal. We have another example of purchasing supplies with cash. Also is going to look very similar to how it looked in our general journal. Increase supplies with a debit, decrease cash with a credit. And that is what our entry looks like. Looks just like it would have in our general journal. Now on November 9th, we purchased merchandise from Polar Refrigeration for cash. So notice that it doesn't have anything to do with on account. We just purchased merchandise from Polar Refrigeration, paid them on the spot. So this is a situation where we increase purchases, decrease cash. It doesn't really matter who Polar Refrigeration is because we don't have 30 days to pay them. We paid them right then and there. So the account would be just purchases. Check 697, we debit purchases, which is an expense, just like we debited advertising expense. Debit of 480 and credit cash. Our next example, we are going to talk about having a discount. So a discount period, like I said earlier, you may have 30 days to pay, but if you pay within 15 days, you might get a discount. So the discount period would be 15 days. And that would be a purchases discount, which decreases purchases. So that is a contra account, something that decreases another account. Purchases discount decreases purchases. So therefore, purchases discount is a contra account. But here's an example where we owed Gale Electric $627.20. And that was purchase invoice 489 for $640. So we owed them $640. But we got a 2% discount for $12.80. So we actually only have to pay them the $627.20. So how this looks, we want to decrease the accounts payable by the full amount, $640, because that's how much we owe them. And then we have a purchases discount of $12.80 and a cash credit of $627.20. So it is important to note who the company is because we owe them money. So we have Gale Electric. We wrote check number 702, and we want to debit Gale Electric's account to decrease how much we owe them. And then we are going to add the $12.80 discount into the special amount column, purchases discount credit. And then the cash credit amount would be the total amount we owe minus the discount. And that is how much we write the check for, $627.20. Notice that we have $640 of debits. And when we add our two credits together, $12.80 plus $627.20, that equals $640. Our debits still equal credits. Now this is a scenario where we don't get a discount, but that doesn't change anything. We still need to do our accounts payable debit and cash credit. So our accounts payable is decreasing with the debit, and cash is decreasing with the credit. We want to be sure that S&R Imports is noted because we're decreasing their account. Check 706, the total amount $2,512, debit accounts payable, credit cash. So that is lesson 9-4, using a cash payments journal for the first time.